Look, we're just going to cut out all the shit. Today, I'm going to show you actually how you can make more money from video editing by working way less. If you don't believe me, then here's a screenshot of a video that I got paid $3,000 for that only took me about 8 hours to edit. I can't be asked to work out the hourly rate, but I know that it's a ton more money than anybody's earning my age. The biggest mindset shift that's actually holding you back from making as much money as you want from editing is viewing your editing career as an artist rather than as a businessman. Look, just let me explain. The idea of a starving artist is some homeless guy sat at the side of the street living off whatever change people will spare him. However, this is the life that he wanted. This is what makes him happy, because all day he can sit by the side of the road, whether he's freezing fucking cold or covered in rain, and paint on his canvas. He can spend every hour of every day doing the thing that he loves, which is painting. The argument here is that if you spend your life doing what you truly love, nothing much else matters, because you're fulfilled. However, as much as you enjoy editing videos and wouldn't mind making it your full-time career, you'd probably rather not spend the rest of your life homeless on the side of some market street with your fucking MacBook making Minecraft videos. So the solution to this is to start viewing your editing career as a businessman would. Just stop treating editing like a hobby and start treating it as a vehicle to your financial freedom. Firstly, what's a businessman's main goal? To make as much money as possible, right? Because we just fucking love capitalism on this channel. So how is revenue generated? The formula that we learn in economics is revenue equals sales times the average price of the service. But let's adapt this so it's more relevant for video editing. Revenue equals the amount of videos edited times the average price per video. If we edited 10 videos at the average price of $150, we'd make 1.5 grand. It's that simple. This shows us that there's two ways to make more money from video editing, either editing more videos or charging more per video. So I'm going to walk you through both of these strategies one by one so you can exploit the fuck out of them and make a load of money. First, let me show you how you can edit more videos per month. Now for the rest of this video, I'm going to assume that getting clients isn't your bottleneck, and rather you have enough clients to fill up your work week, but the only way that you can edit more videos is by editing faster. And that's what we're going to focus on in today's video. So if you're struggling to find clients, then click this video up here for my Twitter method on how I generate infinite clients. I have 4 strategies to edit faster, but I can tell you that most other editors are going to disagree with the 4th one. But let me tell you, it has made me a fuck ton of money. But the first and most simple is literally just using presets. You'd honestly be surprised by the amount of editors who manually add in every single keyframe for their animations. Literally all you have to do is, on an effect that you know you're going to use more than once in a project, is to right click and then save as preset. It's that easy. Now you'll rarely have to do editing manually. If you need an effect, you can literally just grab it from the presets library. And if you're too lazy to make them, then you can literally just buy them if you want. Next, you need to get those keyboard shortcuts optimized. The 2 most important ones to rebind for me are add edit and ripple trim, because making these 2 commands easily accessible makes cutting footage like 10 times faster. It's crazy. I have the add edit command on letter D, so when somebody stops talking, I press that, and then when they start talking again, I'll press the letter Q for the ripple trim. If you change from manually cutting footage to this method, I promise you, bro, you're gonna save at least 2 hours. Other than these 2, just spend the time learning every other keyboard shortcut, and you can rebind them if you find them awkward. Because if every time you need to change what tool you're using, you have to manually click it with your mouse, those wasted seconds are gonna compound into wasted minutes, and then into wasted hours. Whereas instead of using your slow ass mouse, you could have just used a keyboard shortcut. Now the next method to edit videos faster is to improve your productivity. Now by no means am I an Ali Abdaal fucking productivity guru. I barely know any of the techniques and I get distracted by Instagram reels all the time. But when I am editing, I'm pretty good at staying focused while I'm doing it. What I'll do is I'll set a timer for 90 minutes and try and stick to editing for that amount of time as best as I can. You know, it feels really hard for the first 30 minutes. All you want to do is pick up your phone or open up Twitter and start scrolling. But once you get over that hump, the next 60 minutes go by so quickly. And by the time the timer goes off, you just won't even believe the amount of progress that you have made on the video. Then after this 90-minute work block, just take a 30-minute break. You know, just don't stare at your screening on Instagram Reels or watch a YouTube video. Just, you know, go for a walk or speak to your family, because this actually just lets your brain rest rather than focusing on something else. Then once you've done that, go back into a 90-minute work block. Now, I don't know the science behind it, but apparently this 2-hour cycle is what our bodies and brains work on and is the most optimal for productivity. And I can say that it's worked very well for me. My other productivity technique is to time-lapse my editing. What I do is I set up my phone behind me with this little tripod that I have, put it on time-lapse mode, then start recording myself editing. Now just think about it. If you're literally being recorded, do you think you'll stop your editing work to go on Twitter and look at a pair of tits? Absolutely not, because the recording is like somebody watching you. It's keeping you accountable. And it's honestly embarrassing if you watch this video back and see that your dumbass can't even focus for an hour and a half. So go and try this out and let me know if it works for you. Now, my final forbidden way to edit faster is definitely going to get me into some shit. But bro, I cannot express how effective it is at editing videos faster. And it's to cut down the quality of your client's video. Now, before you go fucking ballistic, just hear me out. What if you just reduce the amount of animations in a video from 100% to 70%? Do you really think that a client is going to notice the difference? Fuck no. Let's say that you usually do 10 animations for a client's video, and each animation takes you 20 minutes to complete. If you only do 7 animations, that's literally an entire hour that you've saved, getting paid the exact same amount. Now, some nerds might just see this as unethical, but for me, it's a no-brainer. Because I'm not talking about reducing the animation quality or making your cuts jolty. No, you need to keep the quality as high and professional as possible. You're literally just decreasing the amount of effects that you're putting in their video. Nothing else. And make sure that the animations that you do keep in stay extremely high quality and to the best of your ability. Now, the second part of the equation was increasing the average price per edit. So let me walk you through my step-by-step framework on how to increase your prices. First, you need to understand that the demand for your service directly influences the price. So the more people who want you to edit for them, the higher price you can charge. This is just basic economics, supply and demand. Let's say you have one client paying you $150 per video, but as you should be doing, you're still outreaching to other potential prospects. And eventually you find somebody who's interested in working with you. And when they ask for your price, instead of you giving your standard $150 per video, you raise it to $250 per video. The absolute worst thing that could happen to you here is that they say no. And if they do, you still have your first client. So you have literally lost nothing. But let's say that they agree. Well, there you go. You have literally just raised your prices. This is when somebody asks for your prices, always give them a higher number than what you're currently working at, because you can literally lose nothing. So now you have two clients, one paying you $150 per video and the other paying you $250 per video. So now working at $150 just isn't really worth your time. So then you go back to the first client and tell them that you're raising your prices to $250 per video. Again, only two things can happen here. One, they reject the price raise. And depending on how you play it, you either lose them as a client or keep them just still at that $150 per video rate. Or number two, they just accept it. And now you have two clients paying you $250 per video. And that's it. That's literally the entire framework. It all comes down to finding clients who are willing to pay you more and dropping the ones that can't keep up with your higher rates. You just keep repeating it over and over again until you're charging thousands of dollars per video. However, there's one thing that every big YouTuber looks for before they hire a video editor. And if you don't have it, you may as well forget any chance of raising your prices. And this thing is definitely not a showreel. It's a portfolio. And if you want to learn how to build one, then click this video up here.